It is my absolute honor to be joined today by author Reverend Dr. Linda R. Greene. She is the author of the newly released audiobook. It's also available in other formats as well, but newly released audiobook, Mind Your Thoughts, Activate Your Healing, How the Mind-Body Connection Causes Sickness, Healing, and Aging. And so, Dr. Greene, I'm so excited to talk to you today, just even to hear for myself these things. And so tell us about this book.
All right. Well, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate that. Um, the book, the book kind of got started, and we were kind of talking about this off screen a little bit. But the book got started. Actually, it was started off as a sermon. I am a minister, and I am a practicing ordained minister, so I do sermons. And at the time, I did a sermon on the body and how it heals. And so um, I kind of wrote that down and, presented the sermon. What happened was when I decided I wanted to go into higher education and do the bachelor's, the master's, and a dissertation with a program that I was in for the University of Sedona, I had to do a dissertation. So the dissertation was basically on that subject. And the reason why I chose that is because it's something that's kind of near and dear to me. I've always been interested in how the mind works. I originally kind of wanted to go in psychology, but ended up going into metaphysics, which is basically, um, you know, uh, it kind of helps us with knowing our true selves. All right. And knowing how our true selves work, and that includes our minds. So I know and I believe that our minds are very, very, very powerful, and that we create our own reality and what we do. We were never taught this, unfortunately, that we are the creators of everything that happens in our life. And that's something that I kind of found out. I researched, I checked into, and found many, many, many sources for the book. And that's kind of how it got started. I decided to write about that. So it actually was my dissertation that I wrote to get my PhD. And when a couple people wrote it, they were like, hey, why not publish this? Get it published. And I was like, I never really thought about that. But yeah, let's try. And when I did, yeah, they ended up publishing. So it was just kind of like a surprise to me that they wanted to publish it. But now that it's been out and I've had to read it several times myself, it's like, well, this is the kind of information that people need to hear, they really do. So that's kind of how it got started.
I love it. So, what would you say is, I mean, we've talked about it already. We've talked about it a little bit already and touched on the inspiration, but what would you say was really like that main point of inspiration where you're like, I really have to publish this and get this out to the world? What was that main point of inspiration?
Because I wanted to know, I mean, I wanted to let people know, besides myself, okay, I'm the type of person, when I learn something, I want to be able to share it. That's just me. I'm a sharer. If I learn it, I'm like, oh, let me tell you what I learned today or whatever. So as I started researching this more and more, and I am a researcher anyway, and I do that for really anything, and especially for my sermons, I always read. I don't just go up there and willy-nilly just be talking. Um, so I really researched the premise of how the mind can make us not only well, but it can also make us sick. And I also had a personal situation that happened to me when I was a kid, that I made myself sick, and I used to make myself pass out, and due to the fact that this illness I had would cause a lot of pain, and that's what kind of made me pass out. Well, due to the pain, and when my parents took me to the doctor, they said, well, we did all the tests. There's nothing physically wrong with her. She's making herself pass out. And I was like, what? I'm making myself pass out? I thought that was the craziest thing I've ever heard, you know? And I was like, I can't let this happen again, because that's crazy. If I'm the one controlling this, I cannot let this happen again. So I was always interested in healing and, like I said, how the mind works from then, because I mean, I had no idea that I could make myself pass out. How could a person do that? But it was just, due to the pain. I was fearful because this time of the month it was happening all the time and stuff, and I made myself pass out. So I kind of it really stuck with me to I want to find out more, and that's kind of what we did. So this is how it came about. But what the point is that we don't recognize how powerful what we think, our attitudes our attitudes have a lot to do with how we feel. Whether we're happy or unhappy, whether we're fearful, whether we have anxiety about something or someone or a situation. All of that plays into how we actually feel, because people need to realize that even like anger, people don't need to realize that when they, you know, argue about things, when they're mad about things, that adrenaline, you know, comes up. And if it carries on for a long length of time or it happens over and over again, oh, yes, something can develop. Absolutely. Anxiety, you know, um, you know, excessive mood change, all of that, if it happens continually, will cause something to happen in your body, because your body, is not supposed to have these kind of things happen and stay that way for a long length of time. I mean, the negativity, it does not help with voting for good health. It just doesn't. And a lot of people, we just do things. We live this life. We go through things. We have this stuff, and we don't even realize that a lot of it is because of us. I mean, naturally, there's food and diet, and there's lifestyle. Absolutely, that plays a part. But your mind also plays quite a big role in how we feel, and I also wanted to put in there how we age. Now, I don't usually like to tell you how old I am, but I am 65, and I know I don't look it. Okay. And I think that I'm a testimony to trying to have the good thoughts and trying to have the best attitude about aging. You know, I'm the type of person that, and I'm gonna tell you, I have a lot of people that are my age and older, and they'll tell you, oh, I'm getting so old. Oh, I'm starting to look like my mother. You know what I'm saying? And if you are telling yourself that every time you look in the mirror, oh, I hate to look in the mirror because I just look so old. And if you keep telling yourself that over and over and over again, guess what? It's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, because what we say actually comes to fruition, especially if you say it long and hard enough. So if you keep telling yourself, "Oh, I'm old. Oh, look, I got wrinkles. Oh, I got this. Oh, my hair's getting gray. Oh," this is what you're gonna get. But if you speak blessings over yourself, I'm beautiful. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm loving. I'm giving. That's what you're gonna get back. Because you see, we, and I'm not just me and you. The world is based on natural laws. And one of them is the law of attraction. We've all heard of that. And the law of attraction says what you put out, you get back. And people don't realize this. They can put out all kind of stuff, treat people bad, and don't even realize you're going to have something bad happen to you now, because this is what you're putting out. So that's why they say, oh, people don't never get away with nothing. They don't. They don't. Because everything they put out, it's going to catch up with them one way or the other. And it may not be something that you can see today, but it's going to come back. So if you put out love, you're going to get that back. Because people always ask me all the time, because I do a lot of counseling, how do I attract love in my life? How do I attract a partner? Well, how loving are you? What are you putting out to other people? You know? Because if you're putting out, you meet somebody and you're putting out, oh, wait, I was in that last relationship and oh, mm, and you don't have to say it, you just have to think it and feel it, you know, and that other person can sense, oh, something going on. I don't know what I can't put my finger on it, but she don't really seem too receptive. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
So that's the
You need to
attitude.
be everyone's life coach. I'm telling you, you need to be everyone's life coach in this world. So this is fantastic, fantastic. And I feel like I'm over here like nodding like a person, but I understand and I love the message behind your book. I went through a time just to reinforce what you said
Mm-hmm.
where my blood pressure was crazy high
Mm-hmm.
and when we figured it out, it was just anxiety. And it was just something that, it's amazing how powerful the thoughts and the way your mind is, how it truly can affect your body and your health. And so I love everything you have said. I am with you 100%. And I think
Mm-hmm.
also with the relationship side as well, you're right. Like, which, the things you put out there, that's what you receive back. So
Right,
I
right.
am I'm loving everything you're saying. So this is fantastic. I think it's fantastic. So is there anything else you'd like to share with us today about you, your book, or the message behind your book?
I think I probably just like to I have a lot of quotes in the book because I'm the type of person that I don't want you to just go by, oh, well, Linda said that. I don't know about that. Okay. I have other people that are saying the same thing. Or you could go on the internet. Guess what? You could go to Google and you can Google anything I tell you and find out for yourself. But what I did in the book, I backed everything I said with, either quotes or I went through the Bible. I'm sorry, I still go through Bibles. I do take the positive sides of the Bible. Okay, there's a difference. And we know what the difference is. I take the positive, the Jesus messages, okay, and I do go by that. And I try to back up whatever is being said because I don't and I know I'm the type of person I don't want to just like I say something willy-nilly. I want to know that I can go other places and other people have written down and it's probably been in written print forever. But we just didn't realize it. Now that we have the internet, you can find out so many things. So that's kind of what I tried to do with the book. But I'm going to give you one quote, and I really love this quote that's in the book. And that's by Invictus. I don't know if anybody's heard of the author Invictus, but I'm only going to give you a piece of what he said. He says, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Is that not deep?
That's powerful. That's very powerful.
I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. And he wrote this 100 years ago or
Wow.
more, probably 1,000 years ago. I don't know how long ago, but it was a long time ago. Okay. But the point of the matter is the masters, the people from way back have been trying to tell us how to be able to live our lives in a productive, happy, meaningful way, and it a lot of it was suppressed from us, because the powers that be didn't want us to know that, we had inner power within us. And what I'm saying is, God made us with the type of power that we can have, do, and be anything. But we were never taught that. We were kind of taught that, we just down in the dirt, kind of, messed up people. And that's what a lot of people think they are, and they're not. They have, I mean, we were all made with gifts that were meant to be used and to be able to help us, like I said, have productive lives, and we weren't taught that. So when I say quotes like, I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul, people need to recognize that they have everything within them to be healthy, to be wealthy, to be ageless, to be happy, to have anything that they totally want in their lives if they would just stop thinking the worst of themselves and start believing in all the best that they have to offer and that may be sitting dormant inside them to come out. That's the thing. A lot of us are sitting with a lot of gifts, a lot of talents that are sitting dormant because people are too scared to let them out. So I kind of wanted to bring that up because that's a very important message that we all need to hear and that we all kind of, you know, we don't think about. Nobody's ever told us. Sometimes people haven't even, no one has ever told them, speak blessings over them, prayed over them, told them they're a good person, told them they're beautiful, told them that they can do and have and be anything they want in this life. Nobody's ever told them that. They just negativity. And I just wanted to, like I said, with the book, just to let people know that they can be in control of their health. They can be in control of diseases that may come up, at some point in their life. They can, be in control of all that. They can be in control of their aging. So that's kind of the message I wanted to bring out to everybody, to let them know that.
Well, I
So,
think your book is powerful. Obviously, you are amazing, Reverend
yeah.
and a PhD graduate. I mean, that's incredible. I think you're amazing, and I love the heart behind your book and the message behind your book. And so, thank you for sharing that with us today. We do want to let everyone know that this book is available online everywhere books are sold in multiple
Mhm.
types of formats on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and on Audible, all of those places. We recommend everyone get this book so that you can really unlock the life that you should have, right? And so, Dr.
Yes.
Greene, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing this message with me.
Thank you so much for having me.